Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up, what up, what up, people? Welcome back. My name is Michael on Sports. This interview is coming by way of Fight Hype, and I got a very, very, very special guest in the building with me today. Mr. Virgil Hunter. Y'all know him as head trainer to Joshua Buatsi and head trainer to Hall of Famer Andre Ward, among many others. Mr. Virgil, how's it going today, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing sir, doing great. Man, let's go ahead and get started, man. Over the weekend, we had a fight with Jaime Munguia and Canelo Alvarez. Just give me your takeaway on that fight and how everything played out.
Well, I thought Canelo performed well. He took advantage of what was there. Jaime was pretty aggressive. He came to fight. He came to win. He left a lot of openings for Canelo. And once Canelo saw those openings, I think he was content to capitalize on those openings and fight at his pace, which is a very relaxed pace, a very intellectual performance. You could see it was a mental performance as opposed to a physical. He didn't exert himself physically that much at all. So I commend him for having a sharp performance.
Do you think Jaime could have done anything else or anything different to have a better outcome than the one that he had?
Well, I think Jaime's best years is probably ahead of him right now. I mean, that was a huge step up in competition for him. And I'm sure that, the atmosphere and the whole build up to the fight had to have some effect on him. But he performed admirably. He fought with a lot of heart. He fought with a lot of determination. And I'm sure that Freddie Roach is going to bring some of the best performances out of him in the future if they stick together.
Canelo's output wasn't as much as we've seen it in past fights. Do you think that was just strategic, or do you see Canelo slowing down?
Well, I don't see him slowing down, at least in this performance. I see fighting slowing down to him. And it's like when the sport slows down to you, you don't waste as much energy. You see openings and you capitalize. It's like I remember Larry Holmes saying that when he first started out, he would throw 60 punches around, maybe land 15, 20. As he became more seasoned, as he began to see better and the game came to him, he throw 40 punches and land 20. So it's the percentage that makes the difference. It's not how many you throw, it's how many you connect on. And Canelo, he had a pretty good connect rate. So that means he saw what was going on. And when you can see like that, the sport, the game is slow motion to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, a lot of people, like right after the fight, Jim Gray was one of them. Everybody's kind of clamoring for this David Benavidez fight. Do you think Canelo will explore the possibilities of giving David Benavidez the next fight, or do you think David needs to do more to demand that fight with Canelo?
No, I think David's been deserving of that fight for the last couple of years for sure. Uh, why the governing bodies haven't forced that fight, I don't know. It's another thing that we have to look at in boxing where some guys are forced to fight. The the governing body's mandatory and some guys are allowed to skate through. Uh, those of us who've been in the game a while, we know what the situation is. It's unfortunate. Um, it causes a lot of dissension. It causes a lot of frustration. It's unfair to those who are deserving of it. And you can't make the man fight David Benavidez, but David Benavidez is definitely, most definitely deserving of that fight.
Do you think Canelo warrants $200 million for that fight? That's what he came out and pretty much kind of said that it would take to get him in the ring with David Benavidez.
Well, that's a lot of money to ask for. If he could get it, more power to him. Um, at this point, a lot of people think he's pricing himself out, which is pretty a pretty realistic way of thinking of things. Um, it leaves a lot of speculation in the fans' eyes, leaves a lot of speculation in the boxing community's eyes with that kind of demand. Uh, but again, with the support of his fan base, with the support of the governing bodies, he's able to stall it and come up with demands like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, another fight that has been talked about for Canelo Alvarez is one Terrence Crawford. He was actually at the fight this past weekend, did a short interview, but he said that he's seen a lot of openings. And with the influx of Turkey Al Sheikh, if I said his name right, he came out today. He did an interview with ESPN, and he said that was a fight that he would love to make for Terrence Crawford if the Canelo fight either late this year or early 2025. What's your whole reaction to Terrence Crawford versus Canelo?
Well, it has to go down as a very interesting and intriguing fight. Um, I think it's a fight that would definitely pique the interest of the fans. You got a lot of people thinking that Terrence can win that fight, and you got a lot of people thinking Canelo can win that fight. So that creates a lot of interest in the fight. Um, if we had to go on the basics, on history, you'll say that the bigger guy wins. But then in Terrence, we're talking about an exceptional fighter, uh, and you can't count him out. So it would be a fight that I would be very interested in seeing. And you have to commend Terrence for even taking that step, coming up in the weight classes and daring to be great, as a lot of people say, to be able to take on a task that monumental.
Let's just say the fight does get made. Who do you give the edge to as of today?
Well, it would be too early for me to even give edge to. It's a fight that I would sit back and enjoy. Uh, if Canelo won, I wouldn't be surprised. If Terrence won, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it would be a chess match based on Terrence's ability and Canelo's ability. I don't think it would be a fight that would go down as a war for sure because of Terrence's athletic ability and his ability to evade. But at the same time, he has to be careful about coming into the mouth of the lion himself, giving up size, giving up maybe a little strength and things like that. So I think it would be a tactical fight, but it would be a fight for the purists, the technical purists.
So, in your opinion, who is the best fighter in the world? Is it one Canelo Alvarez or is it one Terrence Crawford?
Well, there's a lot of fighters that, you could put in that category. I hate to categorize fighters like that, but I'd say Terrence is up there. You can't count out Canelo's place in that standing also. David Benavidez is there. NUA is there. I just saw his performance
Great
this
performance
morning.
earlier.
I mean, yeah, he was a straight killer in that fight. Got dropped, but came back and performed like a champion. There are a lot of fighters deserving of the recognition, but you have to give the top spot to Terrence based on his body of work over the years and the fact of what he's accomplished. And I think in what 3, 4 weight classes, and then daring to go up. And I think this fight coming up, going up to 154, fighting Madrimov, will say a lot also.